We're here to celebrate one of the most famous hockey players ever in the Phoenix area. And that's a big deal. Unfortunately, Austin Matthews is in Toronto.
Gentlemen, and welcome to the roast of Shane Doan. Please welcome your host, Rick Bronson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rick Bronson. Welcome to the roast of Shane Doan here at the House of Comedy. This is a very exciting night. I'm thrilled to have Shane here. If you ask anyone about Shane, you ask his friends and family, they'll all say the same thing. He's such a terrific guy. He's a great husband. But if you ask literally anyone else, they'll all say, who the fuck is Shane Doan? Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our panel of roasters this evening. Let us meet our dais. Please give them all a round of applause, first of all, for making their way from parts of Los Angeles, New York, and Middle America. Earl Skakel, where you at, Earl? Earl Skakel from Comedy Central's Roast Battle is here tonight. What can I say about Earl Skakel that the Sex Offender Registry hasn't said already? Aye. Jimmy Schubert is here, ladies and gentlemen. You may recognize Jimmy from all the movies on Netflix you skip over to get to the good ones. Actually, Jimmy has a new special out now called Zero Tolerance, aptly named by the last people that saw his previous special. Jimmy, I watched it, I liked it. You can officially call it Tolerable by One. I like it. By one. Michael Turner is here tonight. The host of this week's Sucks Tonight is here. Michael, where you at? There you are in the end. Michael is living proof, ladies and gentlemen, that Cabbage Patch babies do indeed become Cabbage Patch men. Paula, I never even got this question out because I want to pronounce your name in French, but how do you pronounce your last name? Paula Bovin is here, ladies and gentlemen. We have filled in last moment, award-winning sports columnist for the Arizona Republic. We're thrilled to have her here. Paula got hired at the Cronkite School of Journalism because she shared a lot in common with Walter Cronkite, a thirst for the truth and a sweet mustache. All right. Chris Frangiola from the Juicy Scoop podcast is here tonight. Quite simply because he too is used to skating on thin ice just like Shane with his audiences. Chris, good to have you here. Little known fact about Chris Frangiola, Remy Malek borrowed those teeth to play the part of Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. Good to see you got him back, you pretty son of a bitch. Coop is here, Bruce Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. Like Donor, Coop has been with the same team for his entire career, covering Arizona sports for NBC. Unlike Donor, his contract has been renewed. You are gonna have to fucking chill a little. A little too judgmental. Joe Bartnick is here, ladies and gentlemen, on there. Joe Bartnick. Joe Bartnick is what happens when your parents conceive you while listening to a Meatloaf album. Actually, Joe is a terrific guy. Joe is the type of guy who would help look for missing girls as long as it were finders keepers. It's like letting air out of a balloon, it feels. Lindsay Fry, ladies and gentlemen, from the U.S. Women's National Olympic Hockey Team is here tonight. Why is she here? We needed someone on the dais who actually had some success in hockey. Good to have you here. And finally, my dear friend Donald Brashear is here this evening. That's George Larock, one of my old buddies. We go way back to the Edmonton days. George is actually proof of the opposite expression. Black does crack if you've been punched in the face about 350 times. You're looking good. I don't know how you're a 400-pound vegan, though. How the fuck do you do that? How many fucking peanuts can you eat in a day to be a 400-pound vegan? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to kick this off? What do you say we bring up your first roaster this evening? Your next, the roaster coming to the stage, has been making people laugh for 10 years, and he's been a comedian for 20. Please put your hands together for the host of the Puck Off Poet podcast, Joe Bartnick, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Arizona? How's everybody doing? Good? Shane, thanks for having me. Everyone knows Shane's a completely loved, respected leader. That's why all of his teammates showed up on the dais. You know it's a great roast when Jimmy Schubert's the most famous person on the dais. Most of these people don't even know a thing about hockey. Paula Bovine, she thinks hooking's what she did to get rent money in college. Chris Frangiola thinks tripping is what you do with peyote in the desert. And Jimmy Schubert thinks a two-line pass is what Sam Kinison gave him in the 80s on the CD. Nah, Jimmy's a great comic. Jimmy actually started out as a magician. He still does magic. He just makes the crowds disappear now. No, Jimmy really is a comedy legend. He's like Bill Cosby. He puts audiences to sleep, then he fucks them out of $20 and 2 drinks. We're warming up in the desert. Chris Frangiola is here. Chris was a fixture on Chelsea Lately, where he should have won an Emmy for acting. He laughed at all of Chelsea's jokes. The only thing faker than Chris's laugh was Chelsea's tits. Chris was memorable as the guy who wasn't the midget. Chris also hosted the Sons of Anarchy wrap-up show, which is ironic because the only thing he's ever ridden is Chelsea Handler's coattails. Chris now works with Heather McDonald. If you look up Chris on Google, the first thing that comes up is the word cuck. Earl Skakel is here. I guess nobody gives a shit either. Earl is the only member of the Kennedy family that doesn't know how to kill. Earl is the only Jew in Hollywood that doesn't have any power. Puerto Ricans after hurricanes have more power than Earl Skakel. You know, Earl hasn't made it big yet because he hasn't been Me Too'd. I've seen Earl's dick more times than Jimmy Schubert's seen his. Earl is a workout fiend. He looks in the mirror more than he looks in his notebook. He has a better body than most Instagram models, but they have better jokes. If Earl worked on his jokes as much as he worked on his abs, he wouldn't have to do this roast. Michael Turner is here. And the question is, why? It's because he's local and didn't need a hotel room. No, I like Mike. I gave him 5 stars for the ride over. Bruce Cooper is here. That name is gayer than Frangiola's Tinder profile. There is no information anywhere on Bruce Cooper. It's easier to find the whereabouts of DB Cooper. I think Bruce is in witness protection like every other motherfucker in this room. Paula Bovine is here. Bovine. I heard Riley Nash is here. No, he was too scared to be on the dais. Okay. Tyson Nash. I only know him as hockey's other Nash. Nice jean jacket. He really is from Canada in the 80s. Lindsay Fry, fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. George LaRock is here. George was a badass on the ice, but let's face it, his toughest opponent was the English language. George was known as a goon, but now that's politically incorrect. Now it's called scoring disabled. George could beat anybody on the ice except the goaltender. Stone trust fund millennials have more goals than George LaRock. The great Rick Bronson is here. You know what they say about comics? Those who can't do buy clubs. No, that's not true. Only the funniest, most successful comics own comedy clubs. Next week, I'm at Jerry Seinfeld's House of Comedy. You really wanted to be his friend that bad? All right, the man of the hour, Shane Doan. Shane's never been in front of this many people in Arizona before. Coyote games were so empty, you think Jimmy Schubert was headlining. The Martin Luther King holiday is more recognized in Arizona than Shane Doan. Shane was captain of the Arizona Coyotes. They should have been called the Wiley Coyotes because they never won and every season felt like an anvil falling on your head. Shane writes Romans 8:18 on a stick. He should have wrote Acme because it never worked the way he wanted it to. Being captain of the Coyotes is like being captain of the Titanic. No, the Lusitania, because no one's actually heard of the Titanic. People heard of the Titanic. After 21 years, Shane is retiring. They're retiring his jersey, sweater, just to make sure he doesn't come back. You're like herpes. You just wouldn't go away. Shane was on the TV show Man Tracker. Shane was caught so fast I thought he was on a breakaway. How sad did I watch that show? How sad is that? I couldn't believe you couldn't beat that old man, that horse. Shane was a bastard on the ice, though. Shane handed out more cheap shots than the happy hour bartender. Shane had more blindside hits than Stevie Wonder in his coffee table. In all seriousness, though, Shane was a great player. And people ask me all the time, is Shane Doan going to the Hall of Fame? And I say yes, but he better hurry up because admission is going up this summer. Thank you so much. Shane, thank you so much.
Joe Bartnick, everybody. Keep it going, Joe Bartnick. Ladies and gentlemen, your next roaster has been covering Arizona sports since 1986. So it's safe to say he's on a whack load of antidepressants. Please welcome the face of NBC Sports, Coop!
Wow, I'll tell you what, Rick Brunson's good, Bartwick's good. I mean, why the heck am I even here? I want to go back and enjoy this routine here. You know, my goodness. Hey, you know, I understand that this place used to be a mortuary before Rick bought it. Geez, still feels like a morgue in here on most nights, I'm told. Yeah, you know, we learned that Chris Frangiola used to work on Chelsea lately. I understand now hasn't been working lately. Joe Bartwick down there, my gosh, looks like every corrupt cop, doesn't he? Crying out loud. Lindsay Fry, Paula Bovin, of course Shane Doan, you know, 2 girls, no cup. Yeah, you know, Jimmy Schubert over there. You know, I can't tell if he looks more like a Trump supporter or Trump himself. Yeah, and George LaRock. Yeah. You know, for a guy who played hockey, you know, he seems about as tough as a smooth jazz radio station, right? And, yeah, Shane. You know, Shane is known as a bit of a prankster, but the biggest prank he ever pulled was giving Arizona sports fans hope. You know, Shane also holds about 6 records with the Coyotes, which would be like 0 records for any other team. You know, Shane played right wing, which is fitting considering he was such an obstruction to his team. Yeah. You know, hey, how about this? You know, Shane was a pallbearer. Did you know this? He was a pallbearer at John McCain's funeral. And that makes sense because as captain of the Coyotes, you know, he's used to carrying around a lot of dead weight. You know, Shane, I'm sure your personal life is much like your career. You know, you scored a lot more when you were good at hockey. Yeah. I have some really crude stuff in here, but, you know, I'm going to stop it right there because I'm going to give you a really true story. This is a true story here now. You know, the Coyotes were in the playoffs. You know, they were playing at what is now... You know, they were playing at America West Arena, which you guys know now as Talking Stick Resort Arena. And, you know, they were playing the St. Louis Blues. And, you know, we had called ahead of time and talked with Rich and Aaron, the PR director of the Coyotes, and we told them we'd like to have a live guest after the game. We're going to park ourselves right outside the Coyotes locker room. And, my gosh, the game went to overtime. I said, this is not going to happen. We're not going to have that post-game guest. So Mark Curtis doing sports, you know, as we go to commercial break, you know, I find out the game ends, and I'm telling him, I said, well, look, Mark, once you do the highlights, just toss it out to me, and we'll just, you know, do a little QA. You know, I'll give you my perspective on the game. So Mark's just wrapping up the highlights, and I look to my right, and I see a guy just running in he's fully dressed, still has his skates on, he's running that little carpet runway. I mean, sweat's flying everywhere. Rich Nair's running with this guy. And poor Rich, when he got there, I mean, he was drenched. It was like he was in a torrential downpour. You know, but the guy was Shane Doan. So much to my surprise, you know, we did the interview, and after it was over, you know, this guy had the nerve, the unmitigated gall, to apologize to me for being late. I mean, Shane is such a great guy. I love him. Thank you, everybody.
Coop, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be as beloved as you one day, Coop. It's like going to a Springsteen concert watching you. I love it. Your next presenter, ladies and gentlemen, is an Olympic silver medalist, as opposed to Shane Doan, who now takes Centrum silver. He's old, that's what I'm saying. Yes, he's old. Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay Fry. Oh, Lindsay! Lindsay, I didn't realize we sat you behind so many fat guys. I'm sorry. The healthiest person on today is Lindsay Fry, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God. What the hell am I doing here? Okay. Jean jacket, it's not too late. Whew. All right, so Shane and I go way back. When I was 7 years old, he and I, well, we're not going into those jokes. Those aren't for me. He and I met each other at the autograph table at what was Polarized Chandler back in the day where I grew up playing. Yep. And, I, of course, was signing the autographs because he knew I'd be a big deal someday. But, despite our lengthy history, I only got invited to this event about 24 hours ago, so I didn't have a ton of time to come up with material for the whole squad here. I'll own it. I'm no better at coming up with quick comedy than Shane is at doing commercials. The things people will do for money. Shane, who is this neighbor Sissy and why is she in your house? Oh, just kidding. I didn't have anything for them because I didn't know who any of them were, so sorry, guys. However, I do want to thank Rick for having me here at his club. Nothing makes you feel more special and welcomed at an event than having your name spelled wrong on your card. It's cool.
George was in charge of
Sure. Let's blame George. Sure. So, I've been waiting my whole life to be a part of an event with Shane Doan. I didn't expect my first event to be a roast, so this may be the last one. So I'm going to make it good. But seriously, when I was a kid, I wished every single birthday that I could be Shane Doan someday and play for the Coyotes. But then when I was in those kind of early teenage years, I quickly realized that he and I were very biologically different. And playing in the NHL probably wasn't in the cards for me. So despite the fact that I never played in the NHL, we do have three things in common. We've both been to the Olympics. We both have a general lack of foot speed. Yeah. You wouldn't know with how graceful that was, so. And neither of us have won Stanley Cups, so. At least you had a chance. Oh God, I lost my spot. One moment. I'll carry on here. Oh, but more importantly, we do have one major difference, and that is that only one of us has one of these. Don't be like the other Canadians who rip off their silver medal, please. I'm good at this. So some of you may be saying, yeah, well, Lindsay lost to Canada, and Shane is Canadian, so technically he does have that on you. But I think that's a completely pointless argument, because since I can remember, Shane has been the face for Arizona, for hockey players like me who grew up here in the desert, and we're so proud to call him an Arizonan now. So Shane, while you may not have one of these big old beauties you got around your neck, you have had the biggest heart of any athlete I've ever had the pleasure to look up to, and it's an honor to be here with you tonight. Congratulations on an amazing career, my friend, and I'm looking forward to being a washed-up hockey player with you.
Lindsay Fry, everybody! How? Lindsay will be replacing Jimmy Schubert's September long weekend here at the House of Comedy. God damn, you're funny. And she's good at hockey. That's unreal. Great job, Lindsay. That was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, your next roaster is a comedian and actor from Los Angeles. You may have seen him on Showtime's I'm Dying Up Here, but unfortunately, he did not, and he's still with us here today. Put your hands together. Here he is. Please welcome Earl Skakel.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here at the first annual White People Awards. What a dais. It's like the who's who of who isn't. If we get one more black person on this dais, the Kardashians are going to storm this room. Hey, thanks for dressing up. I know you made a few million playing. You look like Tom Hanks at the end of Philadelphia. Yeah, you don't have Tony Twist to save your ass tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was really nervous tonight, and I was watching Predator in my hotel room, and turns out it was actually a George LaRock highlight reel. I don't know where George LaRock is, but I just want to say it's an honor to meet Venus Williams tonight. I love you and your sister. This dais is so bad that Rick Tocchet wants to coach it. This roast has the potential of the Fire Festival. Just want to say thank you to Rick Bronson for having us all here. This roast is happening because Rick Bronson is here, unfortunately. Rick is so cheap that he actually wanted The Rock, but ended up with La Rock. I never understood why Rick is always smiling. He must not be listening to his jokes. Coop, you look like the governor of Virginia impersonating Michael Jackson. By the way, I don't know if there's any law enforcement in the room, but if you have a drug-sniffing dog and you want it to die, put it by Jimmy Schubert right now. Jimmy's album, Zero Tolerance, is so bad that when I downloaded it, 2 minutes later, I uploaded it right back to him.
Still got the $9.99, bro.
Way to tag it. Did you write on season 3 of Undateable? You've killed more drug-sniffing dogs than Michael Vick. It's a roast, you morons! I'll take this jersey off right now. I'll have you know that this is a George LaRock game-worn jersey. George won this in a raffle. George wore this jersey for 2 years. 2 years. There's not a fucking mark on it. I don't know what gets less action, this jersey in the corners or Liberace at the Playboy Mansion. This is either a Deus or an Amber Alert lineup. George LaRock. Jesus, that is like the whitest name you could get ever given to you. And a lot of people don't know that African Americans play hockey because they all have white names. You have George LaRock, you have Donald Brashear, you have Anson Carter, you have Fred. I mean, white people are going to get really nervous when Shaquille Olakawande shows up to the rink. We're fucked. All right, now it's time to talk about the man of the hour, Sam Doan. Sam Doan is so boring that Bill Cosby puts him in his nightcaps. No, it's it. I'm just kidding around, guys. Sean Doan played with one team for 21 years. And he's retiring. And a lot of athletes don't know what to do after they retire. But Sam's a smart guy. He's going to get into pornography now. We're filming a movie right after this roast. It's called 21 Girls and No Cup. And a couple people wanted to be here tonight, but they couldn't. Sam, Dustin Brown wanted to be here tonight. But he couldn't make it because of the distance. He's across the street. And we're here to celebrate one of the most famous hockey players ever in the Phoenix area. And that's a big deal. Unfortunately, Austin Matthews is in Toronto. And I'd like to thank Jody Jackson for showing up. Of course, if I look like Stormy Daniels mid-gangbang, I wouldn't have showed up either. She has 2 kids. They must have felt like they were on a water park ride. All right, they all can't be home runs. Chris Frangiola is here. He's one of my good friends. He's actually responsible for me being here tonight. And he's also so far back in the closet, I got to donate it tomorrow to Goodwill. That's a fag joke. Joe Bartnick is here. Joe's one of my best friends. He killed it opening up this show. It was like opening up a gangbang. I wish I would have went on a little later. But Joe is such an alcoholic, he actually orders whiskey dick. And I just want to say, Rick, no, but this is serious. This is my last one, so I want the room to be quiet. I don't want any noise in the room. So Schubert, why don't you tell a joke? Shane Doan is the most famous Phoenix Coyote ever. Yes. Which means about as much as Charlie Sheen telling a girl in the 80s, I love you. But seriously, Shane, I'm a Los Angeles King fan. Would you wait till I give him the compliment? And I hated watching Shane Doan play. I hated watching him play every game against the Kings. And it's only because I wish he was on the Kings. So it's an honor to roast you. And thank you.
Earl Skakel, everybody! He went places I wasn't expecting, did he? Well, I think after that it's only fitting. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the French Terminator, the one, the only, Georges Larac. Mesdames et messieurs, Monsieur Georges Larac.
Man, I knew coming into this I'd be the easiest guy to roast. I knew. Hey, by the way, just before I start, could you raise your hand, all the guys are former Shane teammates? Raise your hands. Lots of them. Man, I was told I wasn't going to be the only one up there. You know, that says that, Lindsay, you're tougher than all of them. They're all chicken shit. They were all scared. Actually, today, I'm only roasting 3 guys. And like you said, Lindsay, because I don't know the rest of the guys, so I'll be roasting Rick and Lindsay, sorry, because you play hockey, and obviously Shane. So I'll start with you, Rick. So as you know, guys, Rick is Jewish, and I'm vegan. And I know I'm the biggest elephant vegan you've ever saw. But we have 2 things in common. We don't eat pork, and we're both circumcised. But don't ask me how I know that. When Rick asked me to come for the show, he said he had a show for me that pays $0. Way to show your Jewish card early, buddy. Actually, when I heard Rick was going to be roasting Shane, I was wondering, is it a good idea to have a Jewish guy publicly crucify a Christian? Actually, when I look at... Rick started out as a magician. His parents got into it, so they didn't have to worry about him having a girlfriend. Okay, Lindsay. Again, it's because you play hockey, but...
Sorry.
Lindsay, she's so talented. She's so... That's it. I'm not going to be part of the Me Too movement. Lindsay thinks she could grow girls hockey in the desert. I don't know much, but you can't grow anything in the desert. It's a desert. Lindsay played for Harvard. It was the first time that someone from her hometown of Mesa ever went to college. Lindsay is actually the female hockey ambassador for the Coyotes. It's kind of like if I was the ambassador for the water polo in Canada. Nobody fucking cares. Sorry. Okay, that's enough. Shane now, Shane. Shane grew up, as you guys know, in a town of Hawkirk, Alberta, with a population of 100 people. That's why often when he looks in the stand during the game, he goes, wow, he looks like the whole town showed up tonight. Not many people know this, but Shane single-handedly solved his hometown inbreeding problem. Why do you think they call him the donor? Shane appeared in an episode of Man Tracker. It was the first time anyone followed him in his career. Shane went to the All-Star game twice. He had to. That was the only way Spartan could see him on TV. You know when they say nice guys finish last? Shane took that to another level. For 21 years. Actually, I have to say, Shane is a good Christian. His value has been passed on to the Coyotes fans. In the last couple of years, we hear him all the time, the fans saying, what was that? Jesus fucking Christ. But honestly, guys, I know we're having a lot of fun with Shane, but there's one thing I have to say. I played 13 years in the NHL, and I know it's cliche to say that, but I have to say he's one of the best captains I've ever played with. And I have an anecdote to share with you guys about him, and it's a serious one. It's not a joke. I don't know if you guys remember that incident about the referee that criticized him about that French calling slur, which I didn't know there was such thing as a French slur compared to the slur that I get. But anyway, he criticized Shane for saying it. Shane knew who on his team did it, but he never actually said it, just said it wasn't me, it wasn't me. And as a true captain, he took the blame, and the player in question waited till he was gone. He was out of the league before he admitted that it was him. But it's just so you know that the type of guy that he was, the type of captain that he was, he never threw any teammates under the bus. He loved playing here. I was there in the years that it was really, really bad, and he always played his heart. No, but honestly, I'm serious. He always gave everything he had for this team. He loved playing here, loved the fan, and when he became free agent, many times he could have played elsewhere because all the team wanted him, and he stayed here. And that's such a great guy that he is, so give him an applause. Thank you.
Good job, Georgie. George the Hack! How do you not know what a French slur is and you just did it for 10 minutes? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your next roaster. Where is it? Oh, okay. I didn't see him. I got a little nervous. He's the last new kid on the block to still be working. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. Chris Frangiola.
Hello, good people of Phoenix. Nice to see you, great people, good people. Great city, I love your city, nice city. All sand, no beach, just the way I like it. I don't like the beach, too much wind. Oh, there's more. I'm beginning to think this wig was a mistake. I'm here today to say that we're building the wall on the wrong side. I've heard there are Canadians stealing American jobs. Many are coming here illegally, some are saying illegally. They're coming here illegally. They're bringing syrup, they're bringing Celine Dion. They're bringing that kid from the Deadpool movies. They're bringing a lot of different things. I'm talking specifically about one Shane Albertone. I call him sad. It's sad. Sad person. Sad person. Not a good person, sad person. For 21 years, this man stole a perfectly good job from an American hockey player. And this is why we must build a Canadian wall. Very high wall. Big wall. Large wall. There is two ways illegals get into this country from Canada. By jets and by coyotes, and this man has been both. I think he's trying to tell us something, people. He's trying to tell us something. He's a loser, not a good person. For 21 years, he played right wing, the one thing I agree with him about. They say he's an Arizona sports legend. I prefer my legends to be American. I prefer my legends American. Like I'm American. Like my legends American. Like O.J. Simpson. Lance Armstrong, a couple of very good, decent American people. America first. America first. This is pretty good, right? I worked on this all day. Shane served as a pallbearer for the great John McCain. Some say war hero, some say I don't know. I prefer my heroes not captured. Some say he's a war hero. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not really the Donald Trump. Guy was booing as if I'm really Donald Trump. I got this in Burbank for $25. Pallbearer for John McCain. Very nice. Congratulations. Unfortunately, he couldn't keep his body away from Sarah Palin, and that was a mistake. There can't be still fans of Sarah Palin here. And look at this esteemed dais. Wow. Unbelievable celebrities. Not even famous enough to be Me Too'd out of Hollywood. Any of them. You know they're not famous because they can't grab a pussy. When you're famous, you can grab it. They let you. When you're a celebrity, they let you grab them by the pussy. Not one of these guys could grab any of your pussies. They're not celebrities. I'm a celebrity. I'll come out there later and grab your pussies. Hold on, there's more. Earl Skakel is here. Thank you, Earl, for being here. Earl is actually part of the Kennedy family, and it makes sense that he's here tonight because his uncle took more headshots than Shane Doan. It happened. People's history. You do you know your history? Do you know your history? Tonight we are celebrating a Canadian. No. Build that wall. Get them out. Not good people. They're not good people. Get them out. Stealing jobs, stealing good American jobs. We are celebrating a Canadian for slapping a little black thing around. Joe Jackson did it for 20 years, nothing. Good American, decent person. I was going to go with Bobby Brown. Would that have been better? I don't know. Your choice. I made a choice. I don't know, maybe the wrong one. Adrian Peterson? I don't know. I could keep going. It's your choice, I guess. Okay. Perhaps I should have memorized this. Okay. And for the rest of the people on dais, much like show business, I've forgotten all your names. Congratulations to Shane Doan on... I lost my voice. Fuck! Congratulations to Shane Doan on an illustrious hockey career. Great player, good player, decent player. Good person, nice person. I would raise a cup to him, but I know he can't get near those. Thank you all for having me. Thank you, Rick, for having me. I have to leave. Melania's waiting in the parking lot. We're heading over to Copper Blues Live for a roast of Larry Fitzgerald. Gonna be a lot more fun. All right, bye-bye, everyone. Good night.
Chris, Donald Trump, Frangiola. Are we good, guys? Should we keep it rolling? Chris? Boys? Audio good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank our next roaster enough. Literally, Lindsay had about 24 hours notice, and we think this next young lady had about 23 hours notice as well. Why I love her and George the Rock lover is because her last name is actually spelt in French, if you ask me. Boivin, which means drink wine. That is a surname I can get behind. Ladies and gentlemen, Paula Boyven.
Oh my God, what have I gotten myself into here? First, great to see Tyson here. I do like the jacket, by the way. The jacket is awesome. What I think a lot of people don't know is that you and Shane known each other a long time. I think you played together when you were even younger. Kind of took care of him when he was younger, made sure he always had his hay and oats, right, before. That's a little joke about your horse tweets. You have to follow social media. All right, I'm truly happy to be here. That's actually my first joke. I'm really not very happy. Oh my God. Okay. But honestly, I'm going to try to give my 110%, much like George LaRock's chair, I think, is trying to do the same. So, seriously, I love George. But he wasn't exactly known for his offensive skills. And I also want to know, how the heck did they find the one NHL player that scored less than Joe Bartnick? I don't know. It's pretty amazing. Oh, sorry. And for the rest of the comedians, it's so great to have them here, but I think I speak for everyone sitting in here who's saying, who the hell are these people up there? So, yeah. So, by the way, I Googled Joe, I have to say, and I looked in Google, and I went on Google, and it said that he published a best-selling ebook called "You Might Be a Douchebag." Is this true? So something you came up with when you were looking in the mirror? Is that where that came from? Okay. Oh my God, what has happened to me? I am not like this usually. Something about being up here just brings out the absolute worst disgusting in a person. And Rick, of course, Rick started his career as a magician, and he clearly is still doing it because he's turned this roast into an absolute crap fest. It's really, I think it's where it is right now. But honestly, I'm here for Shane Doan. I know we've been given a hard time. He's truly a great guy. Shane and I last year were both inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame together, which was really cool. It was a great honor. I also read, and I think some of you might have seen this in The Athletic recently. They're doing this sort of countdown for Shane Doan, and they acknowledge that the only F word you say is fudge. Is this true? So to all the comedians up here, your fudging jokes are awful. I want you to know that. Every single one of you. Shane scored a total of 402 goals in the NHL. Apparently, one of his career goals was to not leave Arizona for a place that actually liked hockey. Sorry. I know. Also heard that they renamed a rink at the Ice Den, right? After Shane Doan, which is very cool. But if we're going to be honest, naming a rink after, when you're in Arizona is like having a beach named after you in Siberia. It's kind of like so. Shane, as we've heard from other people, is from the great town of, it's pronounced Halkirk, right? Halkirk, Alberta. I looked this up, 76 miles east of Red Deer. Very exciting. Population is 112, or as Shane likes to call it, a busy night at a Coyotes game. Oh, sorry. And unlike Coop over here, I know a lot about hockey. I'm one of the sports journalists here in town, knows a lot about hockey. I know that a deceptive pass is referred to as a dirty, right, or a filthy. But if you want to talk about dirty, filthy, deceptive passes, try being the only female in a locker room. That's pretty tough. Another name for a dirty, tough player is a grinder. Not the app, Chris, so relax, okay? Can't believe I said that. I think I better stop here. Congratulations, Shane. It's been an honor to roast you.
Outstanding. Great. Paula Boyven, ladies and gentlemen, how great was that? Give it up, please. Come on, folks. 23 hours notice. Comes here. To put that in comparison, I gave Tyson Nash 3.5 months notice. on your next roaster. He may look like he's never played hockey, but I can assure you folks he's taken all the ass whoopings associated with it. Your next roaster is a Phoenix local who hosts a weekly comedy show at the Crescent Ballroom called This Week Sucks Tonight. But he is best known for holding the world record of thinnest person with a double chin. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Turner!
How we doing, everybody? We good? We got all the big names out tonight. This is big. Got a lot of pull here. I'm here. Think about that. The audience wouldn't know the difference between this roast lineup and the reunion show of Celebrity Rehab. Yes, Earl, that means you're the one-hit wonder that got into meth. And Joe, you're the bass player from Crazy Town. So Sheriff Joe's roast would have actually gotten a little bit more star power. So maybe next time, aim up. This is the most Arizona thing possible, the fact that we are celebrating Black History Month by honoring the whitest thing we've ever seen. Was Barkley busy drunk driving, getting a blowjob? Is that... We couldn't get Barkley? Stoudemire still finding himself in Israel? What's going on? Shane, now you had such a great career. Your only misstep was committing to the wrong franchise. You got a little groans out there? Oh, shut up. First of all, you know if the Arizona Coyotes left town tomorrow, nobody would notice till the Blackhawks were supposed to be in town, okay? While we're speaking about the Coyotes, you got to give it up for Arizona Coyotes ownership, too. Got to love the Arizona Coyotes ownership for calling Shane old and washed up, but allowing him to call it retirement. That was nice of them. Shane, I've never seen someone so white and boring until I met Chris Frangiola earlier. So, Chris Frangiola here. I know I don't have the best grown facial hair, but it makes for a better beard than your wife. Chris actually signed up for this under the impression that Shane was a figure skater. So, the closest Chris has ever been to a hockey game is when he cried at the end of Frozen. You know, for Coop, we got Coop in the building here. Coop. And Coop looks like a parent straight out of a 90s sitcom. You look like Carl Winslow over there. What the fuck is going on? You look like you're angry your daughter is talking to Steve Urkel. I feel like you're going to leave here and go help John McClane figure out the Nakatomi Plaza. We got Lindsay Fry here. Lindsay Fry. Lindsay Fry is the only person from Mesa to go to Harvard, or to play hockey professional, or to have a checking account. So, Jimmy Schubert here. Jimmy Schubert is the uncle every family knows not to leave their kid alone with. So, you look like you're an old New York detective that still has a cold case that haunts him. What is that? You look like you're late for divorce court. Paula Bavine, right here. We got Paula Bavine in the building. They actually have. She's got some things in common with Shane, mainly the fact that they both peaked 10 years ago. So, Paula is comfortable up here. You can see how comfortable she is since she spent her career in Arizona sports, and so she's very used to being surrounded by losers. Talking about all you on that one, yeah. George LaRock is in the building right here. George LaRock. George's physical form and his comedy have a lot in common. They're both bloated and sad when you really break them down. How do you look like every black person in the Dave Matthews Band? You look like your retirement plan after hockey involved becoming KRS-One. Too many white Canadians in the building for that. Okay. George is black, French-Canadian, vegan, or as Arizonans would call it, not from around here. Not from around these parts. We got Rick Bronson here. Give it up for Rick, putting his whole thing on. I don't know if you guys know that. Look at the chair here that Shane's sitting on, but Rick is so cheap that he's actually going to have an unpaid intern return this to Home Goods tomorrow. Rick Bronson owns the club. He looked at this street and said, "This needs more than Blue Martini." He thought, you know what this street needs to pair well with cougars that want to fuck? A bunch of comedians that no one wants to fuck. He owns this club here in Arizona, or as other people sometimes call it, the other one. The one in Phoenix? No, the other one. Oh, the one in Tempe? No, the other one. Oh, the new one at Desert Ridge? No, the other one. You'll find it. Joe Bartnick. If you don't know Joe, Joe's the one that looks like he's got a really strong relationship with a Supercuts barber. Looks like a guy that's got a passionate opinion on Metallica. That's really cool. You look like your wife left you for some reason. Yeah. Your haircut looks like you rent. Speaking of renting, Earl Skakel is here. We got Earl Skakel. No clapping for Earl. That's always good. Earl is a rental car away from an Amber Alert. Earl looks like he's late for a Mighty Mighty Bosstones show, which is kind of weird. I never knew Elvis had a kid with an extra chromosome. I always say nothing is for certain, but in this case, I do think we can be certain when we say that Earl Skakel has most certainly masturbated to hentai porn. He prefers his porn animated and blurry. But Shane, after all the people that I asked about you, the one consistent thing that I've heard about Shane Doan from his friends and people that have played with him, people that know him, is that you've got a huge penis. So just to clarify, you've won 2 golds, 3 silvers at World Championships, 1 World Cup, you've been to the Olympics, you've been an All-Star, and the only thing that people remember you by is that you got a huge dick. Really left a hell of an impression on people. I didn't know donor was short for organ donor. Friend Joel has never been this excited about hockey. And Andrea, I know your wife is out here. I'm not as hung as him, but I listen. First of all, your poor wife. What are you putting her through? No, literally, she's beautiful enough where she could have married an athlete from any sport and she settled for a hockey star. You could have been more money with Fitz. What the fuck are you doing? Your poor wife. You married a guy that looks like a Nickelback fan who got into CrossFit. But leading up to this, it was tough explaining to people what I was doing. I was like, it's the roast of Shane Doan. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, he's like the Kurt Warner of the Coyotes, but no championships and less personality. Or like the Steve Nash of Arizona hockey, but 0 MVPs and not as many All-Star games and way less personality. Look, he's the best Arizona Coyote ever. No? All right, well, look, he's just a guy that lives in North Phoenix, couple of kids, nice wife, huge cock. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Michael Turner. And I think that huge penis just touched him when they hugged it out. I don't want to look, but I feel like I want to. It's not a gay thing. It's more of interest now. Did you get changed in my office? Can I run the cameras back after? Ladies and gentlemen, your next roaster. is the Shane Doan of comedy. Like Shane, he's old, and he too probably should have retired years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my closest pals, Mr. Jimmy Schubert. Here he is.
Ricky Bronson, everybody! Keep it going for Ricky Bronson, eh?
Rick Bronson, ladies and gentlemen, the man's a magician, he's a comedian, he's a club owner. It's like a douchebag hat trick right there. Rick Bronson's House of Comedy, huh? How could it be a house of comedy if it's in a mall, Rick? Houses stand by themselves. It's more like Rick Bronson's kiosks of comedy. No, the comedian's okay, but they serve a hell of a soft pretzel. And this week's headliner, Chris Frangiola. Yeah, probably recognized him from Chelsea lately. You know, even Chelsea Handler doesn't use that credit anymore, Chris. You should pitch a new show called Have You Seen Chris Frangiola Lately? A show about you not appearing on television in the last 5 years. Oh, do you? Well, good. It's about fucking time. We're here to roast the legendary Shane Doan, a Phoenix Coyote, lifetime Phoenix Coyote. Phoenix Coyote sounds like something Chris Frangiola would pay a hooker an extra $50 to perform on him. Hey, if you could just finish up with the Phoenix Coyote, that would be fantastic. This fucking Paul Bovine's here. Well, what the fuck, Rick? It's Bovine. I look at it, it says Bovine. By the way, I think it's pretty horrible what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, with you and the new Green Deal, about the bovine flatulence calling you out like that. We were talking before the show, and she said she had a doctor's appointment. She went to the doctor because her husband wanted to have anal sex, and the doctor said, sure, that's fine, as long as you do as well. And she said, yeah, well, I'm curious. He said, well, just make sure you use plenty of lubrication and you don't get pregnant. She said, you can get pregnant having anal sex? He said, sure. Where do you think Michael Turner came from? Now loosen up, people. It's a roast, all right? I was sitting over here, you get callous on your feelings, sitting there taking all this shit from other people. Earl Skakel and Joe Bartnett are here. A couple of goons. Those guys are so big they look like all three of the Hanson brothers. It's a shame they're not as good as actors. Earl Skakel, look at that man. You know, he jerks off a lot. Look at him. He walks down the street with those glasses on at night. Cars hit their high beams at him. I can't blame him for being the way he is. He didn't get a lot of attention from the ladies when he was younger. He saw about as much action as the 9 button on the microwave. I mean, look at him. Who would fuck that? Seriously. His penis just filed a restraining order against his right hand. He likes to go home after a long night and jerk off like Miggs from Silence of the Lambs. In fact, last time he squirted, needle cartilage came out. That can't be good. But he does a great impression of Louis C.K. Anyway, come on, Earl. Loosen up. Joe Bartnick's here. Joe Bartnick told me an interesting story. The other night he fell asleep on his hand, and sometimes when guys do that, they fall asleep on the hand, they put the hand down their pants. It feels like someone else is down there. It's called the stranger. Joe said he gave himself the reverse stranger the other night. He sat on his dick till it fell asleep, and he beat off, and it felt like he was doing it to somebody else. George LaRocque's here. He's a mountain of mad flesh. Look at that guy. And Earl Skakel's wearing an actual George LaRocque jersey. He was going to get the cup, but he could use it as a helmet. George was a legendary NHL player. The man got in a lot of fist fights. I got mad respect for you, George. Any African American man who's willing to learn how to ice skate just so he can beat the hell out of fucking white dudes. Man, the man took a lot of shots. He took more shots to the chin than Stormy Daniels. People, loosen up, will you? It's good to see Shane here. It's good to see him after the accident. A lot of people know he went ice fishing and he got hit by a Zamboni. Just nice to see him up and around again. He was a lot like the Titanic. You know, they were both great till they hit the ice. Lindsay Fry's here. Yeah. Yeah, Lindsay's here. Competitor. Every good as any man who played a game. In fact, she's hung like a donut. Oh, come on, people, it's a roast. What'd you think was going to happen, huh? I was going to go out and juggle? Huh? I got nothing on Bruce Cooper. I Googled him. 9 white guys popped up. Nothing. Fucking nothing. Well, listen, it was a pleasure and honor to come out here. And I mean, I know, you're a legendary NHL player. 19 years in the NHL. It's incredibly difficult to do with the same team. It's fucking an anomaly. You never see that in sports anymore. So I waste all my good roast shit on fucking Rick Bronson. So you're going to go off late. I just was an honor to come here and roast you, and thanks for having us. And it's all for a good cause. And thank you, people, for coming out. Thank you, Rick Bronson, for putting it together. Shane.
Jimmy Schubert, everybody. Shooby-doo. I think we have now officially come to that point, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Yeah. The moment we've all been waiting for. A Valley sports legend like Dan Marley or Larry Fitzgerald was not available today. But this son of a bitch was. Please welcome the man of the hour, our guest of honor, the Halkirk-born, horseback-riding, hockey hero himself, number 19 on his jersey and number 1 in our hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, the donor, Shane Doan.
I'm so nervous. Oh, boy. I totally get why Tyson wouldn't do this, so right about right now, I totally understand why Tyson wouldn't do this. Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it. And obviously, give it up to all the roasters this evening. You guys were, I enjoyed sitting there. Rick, you must have obviously been inspired by the 1980s Olympic team, because by some miracle you managed to bring together a group of complete nobodies to make a great job. So thank you so much. Throughout my career, I was fortunate enough to make 2 All-Star games, and you couldn't get 1 star to roast me tonight. I've been known as a good guy and as a role model, and in my entire career, I don't know if I'd made a mistake until I agreed to do this tonight. So, thank you. I was on a Canadian reality TV show called Man Tracker, which is also the name of an app that Joe Bartlick hides from his wife. So, thanks. Thanks, John. A star-studded lineup. This isn't. It's amazing to see all of their careers peak tonight at the exact same time. So thank you guys. And Bruce, I'm so appreciative of you being here tonight. Bruce hosts a local high school football show, and that gives the idea of what type of celebrities we had here tonight.
If he'd said no, Tyson was going to have to come back up here. Coop, as I mentioned, he does host the high school football show, which means him and Earl Skakel have a lot in common. They both spend Friday nights watching underage teens. So I can't even believe I said that. Like, I feel awkward saying that. This is a hard time for me to do. Like, I'm trying to get through these. All right. A lot of comedians are here, and to be honest, I thought you guys would be funnier. I'm a hockey player, and you guys barely skated by. Oh. Rick, thanks for hosting this event. This is going to be a tough one, so hold on with me here. Jewish people are really funny, so I suggest that you embrace your Jewish heritage and be a little bit more faithful in your study. Paula and Lindsay, I'm just so grateful you guys came. You guys were unbelievable, and I'm not saying anything that anyone has written down, so thank you so much for coming. I'm pretty confident in being able to handle myself, but the next thing I'm about to say makes me a little bit uncomfortable because he is huge. So, George, I think you actually, I'm going to be nice. I think you were the funniest person up here, so thank you so much. But to be fair, the comedians were probably better hockey players, so... Jimmy, I appreciate... Jimmy, thank you so much for switching your shifts at Home Depot to be here tonight. Thank you so much. And I loved you in the Mucinex commercials, so thank you. Earl, I really want to thank you for coming and stay the hell away from my daughters. So everyone's picking on you. I don't get it. I just want to say thank you, and I believe I saw John Chaika walk in. So I guess my comedy career is going to end about the same way my playing career did. In North Scottsdale in a public venue. So to be honest, I truly do want to thank everyone for coming. It is such a special thing to be able to do this. I love these. I think they're hilarious. Everyone did an unbelievable job. I truly can't thank the comedians enough. You guys were unbelievable, and I am so grateful for it. So thank you guys. And to Rick and to the staff, you guys were amazing, and for writing and taking care of everything. Outside was amazing. Channel 12 was amazing. Thank you guys so much. And I'd love to propose a toast, but obviously, since everyone's heard over and over, I have no cups. So thank you guys so much, and get out of here. Thank you guys.